Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jason, and in this video, we are going to be visiting with Farmer Dre from Gardener's Orchard and Bakery here in Brighton, Missouri. He's got a ton of fun family activities happening on the farm. Let's go check it out. All right, I'm here with Farmer Dre, and boy, does he have quite the operation going on here, folks. Point out everything that we have going on around here on the farm.
So this is our pumpkin yard right here. This is where we get all the pre-harvested pumpkins. One thing we learned over the years is folks, when they like the pile them high and watch them fly kind of mentality. People really love our pumpkin yard. They come out here and pick out their perfect pumpkin. A lot of cute photo ops, for the families and the people to come out to our farm. And of course, our food area here, we do fresh, hand-smashed burgers, local meat. The meat's grown a quarter mile away from here. It's fresh as can be, grade A, prime beef. Fresh homemade pizzas as well. We got lemonade, kettle corn. There's all kinds of food that our customers just indulge in when they're on our farm here at Gardener's Orchard. So it's exciting. We really like serving nice, good quality food. We got a cider booth here. So we do have a cider mill, and it's kind of hidden inside the warehouse here. When I go somewhere, I'm always thinking, look, how can we improve our farm, And I went to our local fair, and everybody was carrying on jugs of root beer, quart jugs of root beer. I'm like, man, we can do that. Why isn't everybody carrying around quart jugs of apple cider on our farm? So over the summer, a week before we opened, actually, Isaac and I built that little cider shed. So now we're serving cups of cider, quarts of cider, and of course our hot apple cider as well. So it's just something a little easier. In the future, we do want to move our cider mill so it'd be more visible, so people can see the way we press our cider and how we do all that.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I see you got a real fire burning here.
Oh yeah. Nice. We got to build a nice. We got to make our customers feel good, make it attractive. So it's pretty chilly out here today, so.
Yeah, but fortunately the rain's holding off right now.
Oh yeah.
It has been raining quite a bit this morning.
So we got a little fire going on. It's nice and warm. People come sit down, enjoy the view.
What all you got out here?
So we got a bunch of specialty pumpkins, jacks, small pumpkins, big pumpkins, anything you can think of. I mean, we had 11 acres of pumpkins this year, and we're sold out. This is all we have here right now.
Is that right?
So we're hoping next week we're gonna do a special. Hopefully we do wheelbarrows out of time. Next Saturday is our last day being open for the season, so we're hoping that we have 0 pumpkins on our farm next Saturday. So
you pick pumpkin patch back there, I see?
Yep, you pick pumpkins, tractor ride, hayride, Orchard Express. Our you pick flower fields over there.
Okay.
So our farm, we have a lot of rolling hills. We're in the Ozarks here, so we try to keep all the tillable ground. So where it's flat, plant stuff, keep that under production, and where we can't really plant stuff, that's where we built our activities. And we'll show you here in a little bit all the different jump pads and the ball bar and all that stuff. But the blessing we had is the buildings were already here. So we just added on the buildings, converted them to food stations, and we're inspected by the county and the state. They come out here and we're all food safety. You guys got a commercial kitchen on your guys' farm too.
Yeah, so we've dealt with that a little bit.
Yeah, so you know how it is. You got to have hand washing stations, warm water, clean sanitary places, and then we got the bakery in the front there. We do all kinds of good stuff. So I know, Jason, you're in to grab some lunch here. You got fresh burgers and pizzas all. What are you feeling today? Pizzas, burgers, and then you got to try our apple cider crisp sundae.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It is so good.
You have donuts too, right?
Yeah, fresh donuts.
Apple cider donuts?
And pumpkin donuts.
And pumpkin donuts.
We got caramel apple cups, all kinds of good stuff.
Okay. Man, so many choices. Yeah, we might have to try one of these smash burgers.
Smash burgers, alrighty.
All right, we're inside the burger station. We're cooking me up a smash burger.
Oh yeah, the best in the West here. But we got, just fresh patties. We keep it simple. Just cheese, meat, bun, and then all the toppings. We got grilled onions. That's one thing I was advocating for when we did burgers. I love grilled onions. Like if we do fresh Gardener's burgers, we need grilled onions. So it's on the side, ketchup, mayo, and pickles, and mustard. So very simple. And then of course your classic crinkle cut fries. It's very good, simple but amazing and delicious. So we got the grills, and it's just moving forward. And I think long term we're going to call it the Blackstone Burger Station.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
So make it. I mean, everything's grilled on a Blackstone, so might as well keep that name going.
All right, looking forward to trying it out. All right, I got my lunch. Looks delicious, and they are out of pickles.
Hey, over to the main kitchen. We need more pickles at the burger station ASAP.
All right, so these are the high tunnels that I've seen in the YouTube videos so much. Just tell us about these a little bit.
Yeah, so we grow a lot of tomatoes on the farm, and that's kind of what I brought to the farm is farm fresh tomatoes. We actually got all these tunnels through the NRCS High Tunnel Equip Grant. And when we first started, going to farmers markets, the other farmers said, "Hey, you guys have high tunnels?" I'm like, no, what is that, right? So, but they're just a greenhouse frame built with one layer of plastic in the soil, and the USDA in our area had the regulations like the corner poles had to be in concrete, and they had to be, you know, nice bulky structure. So we all got all 3 of these from the same manufacturer. It took us like 3 years to put them all up. We got one every year. But what happened to this one? So after our sitting area here, they expire after 3 years. So
so this is one of the high tunnels, just like this one. Okay, you're just using it for your seating area.
In my first YouTube videos, this used to be the video we were filming in.
Okay.
And then in 23, we had a bad windstorm. The plastic was getting old, so we built in 2017. So in 23, the wind took all the plastic, destroyed some of the boards off, and that's when we first started doing the agritourism stuff. And we're like, hey, we need a sitting area, nice covered area. So then we tore down all the hip boards, all the wood baseboards, and put a silage tarp. This is just
that's what that is.
6 mil silage tarp.
Okay.
Bolted on there, and now it just turned into a perfect sitting area for all of our customers. And then this is our, we still grow stuff in these 2 high tunnels here. And this past season, we did the pot tomatoes. We like this system because whenever you grow high tunnel tomatoes, the trellising, I hated the trellising. I'm not really sure. You'll see when we take on the tour, we have so much rock. We have more rocks here than dirt. I mean, this is not like Ohio here. You know, this is the Ozarks. We got clay and rock. So pounding these poles were always the worst job about growing tomatoes. Like, man, if we can have a system where I don't have to rototill the soil anymore, just leave the T-post in here, that'd be awesome. So that's what when we started doing the pot system this past spring.
Was that one of the main reasons you wanted to do the pot, so you didn't have to fight with the soil, the rocks in the soil?
Yeah, that's one reason. But the other reason, we grow tomatoes this tunnel specifically for 6-7 years already.
Yeah.
So the soil's already been wore out and exhausted.
Soil-borne diseases, you guys not worry about that.
And after I watched your tomato review video, so I might be trying some of the newer varieties. I was kind of disappointed in the Red Deuce. You know,
it did good in the high tunnel though.
Yes.
Just not as good out in the field. So I see you got your second high tunnel over here is converted to a corn pit.
Yeah, corn pit.
Let's go check that out.
It's very, very cool.
All right, this is the corn pit. This is so cool.
Straw bales and 600 bushels of corn.
600. I was just getting ready to ask you how many bushels of corn.
600 bushels of corn and
600 bushels of corn. So about one big truckload or a couple wagon loads at least.
Yeah, two dump truck loads.
Okay.
And this is very popular for the kids, all ages. People come out and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's in a covered area, right? So I still have the shade cloth, a 50% shade cloth on there.
Okay.
So on nice sunny days, it just keeps it nice and cool there. But yeah, this is the most popular, the most used.
Yeah, I bet the little kids just love it.
Oh yeah, they love it.
And right next to the corn pit, we have their jump pads.
Massive.
Oh man. I might even have to go out and try this.
Yeah, there you go.
Very cool. Looks like it might be a little slick today, though.
It's been raining, sprinkling.
Another jump pad over here. Why is there no kids on this one? Just
so
this is a little smaller?
This is for the smaller kids. And on busy days, we have an employee say, hey, because you got to be 52 inches or bigger to ride that one or jump on that one, and the smaller kids jump on this one.
Okay.
But it's slower day, so if it's a slow day, we just kind of let the kids do their own thing and go on both of them. This one's funner or more fun, because it's bigger, right? So kids get to jump back and forth and hop around. And so over here, just very simple attractions, you know, buried tires, you know, tricycle track over there, a swing, a chalkboard, just very simple stuff. And we'll take you out there. We have our apple blasters, apple cannons.
Oh, cool.
And our paintball shooting gallery over there, our Piggly Wigglies, hayride. You know, just your traditional pumpkin patch fall stuff here.
Well, we're just getting started, and I am beyond impressed. This is incredible. The ball barn.
Well, yeah, so we spent all summer building this. So we try to add 1 or 2 new attractions each year. And the duck races and the bubble. You got to try the bubbles. They're so much fun. Yeah, yeah. Just
and earlier off camera, we were talking about how you haven't reinvented the wheel. You're just putting your own little spin on some of these things that you've seen at other farms.
Yeah, Yeah, so I'm good friends with a lot of guys who have pumpkin patches and different operations. So I talk to them, and they kind of give us the, not the recipe, but their ideas, what they've done, you know. But yeah, this is, well, other than a few basketball hoops being loose, but we got football and, you know, put a sheet of tin behind us so that if they get it through, they make noise. Over here we got red footballs for the Chiefs. Go red. Yeah. And of course, Kronk the Crow over here. There's a crow on a conduit pipe that spins. But these balls they're soft pitch baseballs, so they don't really, you know, they don't really.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
almost like some fair activities around.
Yeah,
here. Really cool.
And we do a lot of field trips during the weekdays.
Oh, okay.
So this keeps a lot of kids busy, you know. So we got to have some activities that are big and monstrous, but then You got to have kids activity that keep a lot of kids busy, and this is one of them.
Do you reach out to the schools, or do they reach out to you, or is it a combination?
A little bit of both. This is, over the years, we keep getting reoccurred schools coming, and of course word of mouth. People tell each other, hey, we go to Gardeners because they have an awesome time, awesome grounds there. So
what is a typical Saturday as far as how many people are coming here?
So it just varies, weather dependent. Our best Saturday so far is 2,500 to 3,000 people. It's just busy, but just keep the ball moving.
Very cool. Good job. Boy, that's a long bubble.
So this is the front of our sweet shop. So our sugar shack. I mean, all the sweet goodies on our farm here. We got the apple cider float. That's the most popular right there.
That looks good.
Apple crisp sundaes, all that stuff in there. Fresh donuts. We make donuts. We can show you the donut machines running in here. So, well, this is my friend Jason from Ohio.
Hi guys.
And he's filming a YouTube video. But this is my sister's. She's Aurora. She's a food director. And then Nellie's our baker.
Nice to meet you guys.
But they're both bakers. They all do great stuff. So these are our donut machines.
Some fresh donuts being made
Apple cider donuts.
Delicious.
Delicious and amazing. Then we got
here in a second it'll
pop down.
and I'll put in the
My channel, I don't really show any of the farm, the bakery stuff. But Aurora, my sister, has a shorts channel.
Okay.
And on Facebook, she has 400,000 followers.
Wow.
On Instagram,
It's fun.
how many do you have on Instagram? How many followers on Instagram? 312,000
Wow, that's
followers.
impressive.
And she shows just baking videos.
Okay.
Smart, yeah.
She has a big TikTok page too, and YouTube, and she's making hot cider right now. But
Hot cider. Let's check out the hot cider.
hot cider,
Yeah, big pots of hot cider.
hot cider, hot chocolate.
The usual.
Oh yeah, the warm stuff.
Delicious. All right, so we have slushies here, ice
And
cream,
ice cream, yep. Pumpkin and vanilla ice cream.
twist, and pumpkin.
And we do all kinds of pastries, all kinds of good
This is
stuff.
where all the magic happens in
Yep.
here.
And over here is our cider room, our cider press. And right now it's not very visible, but yeah, it's an old school rack and cloth cider press. Brings the apples, crushes them. We do 6 layers of apples under the press, and it presses them together on these cloths.
How often are you making cider?
So we're making cider once a week, so we got to keep
week,
it fresh. Depending how busy the weekend is, we can, the tank holds 350 gallons,
I was
and we've
thinking
sold
it's about 300.
50 gallons of cider in 1 week, or
Nice.
or more. So
Very cool.
So the plans in the future, we want to move this to make it more visible, massive windows so the kids can come see. But
Yeah.
right now, it's been here since the 80s from the previous owner of the orchard. He bought it years ago and just left it here, and we've just been running it as is. But
Okay.
I showed this a few times on my YouTube channel, but it's so much sanitation, clean prep that I'm like, nobody wants to see me hose down the thing for 20 minutes.
A lot of work. I think this is something Joel needs to get into next. All right, so we just came from the bakery over there. This is their warehouse area. And this is the pizza shop making area.
Pizza.
Nice. We got some pizzas.
We got a
cooking.
turbo chef oven. It could cook up to 10 pizzas in 3 minutes. It does really well. So yeah, fresh pizzas, and it's delicious. The girls absolutely love making pizzas here. So
It smells good.
yep.
All the inspections that you
Yeah,
have to have.
yep.
I just can't imagine.
Well, I mean, we have different facilities, right? We got that
Yeah.
kitchen, this kitchen, so it's
Do they do all your inspections all at one time, or do you have?
yeah.
Do
So
they
every
really?
3 months, the county comes out and does.
Oh, every 3 months. Okay.
yeah. So we probably ought to make some more today, Isaac.
This is where they make all their kettle corn.
Corn oil, popcorn, and
There's the pizza checkout area. There's where we got our burgers, seating area, so you can see how much they got going on around here. We also got lemonade here.
freshly pressed lemonade.
All right, we're taking a little tour of the farm here. And you had a vision for some long-term changes up
Yeah, we want to build another slide, obstacle course, all for kids and stuff.
Yep.
Just to have more activities that don't require an employee to stay there. So this is really cool. This is a ride-on ceramic pig. So they move the handlebar back and forth, and they ride up and down on that track.
The Piggly?
Piggly Wiggly.
The Piggly Wiggly.
So they're built, it's built in China. And my friend and I from Arkansas, we went in together. He bought a container full of stuff. He said, hey, Dre, you want some? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So so these people are getting on their hayride here. And then we have the Orchard Express and kids ride.
How many employees do you got helping on a day like this to keep everything up and running?
So on a busy Saturday, when we call all of our employees, about like 45 high schooler. Or, you know, we have a small little snack shed here to sell snacks, drinks, waters, and of course your classic grain bin, gravity wagon, basketball.
What's this here?
It's a 5-foot culvert tube, and the kids just run inside of it.
Okay.
Very simple, but very awesome. Very awesome.
What's that material they're sliding on? That's pretty cool. Some kind of plastic?
Hard plastic, that's all it is, yeah.
So what's this attraction called?
It's a super mega tube slide.
Super
mega tube slide. It's really fun. It's a 150-foot long deck, or the board there. Yeah. And look at that, kids come all the way.
And it looks like you could easily add a second one to the left there.
The goal is to put three slides on that same ramp there.
Yeah, this looks like a popular attraction.
And this is my favorite part here, and this is the
paintball. You got a lot of beautiful property here with this big rolling hill.
Like I said, where we can't really grow stuff, we're eventually gonna develop it into more activities, more stuff for families to do. This is the apple cannons, the apple shooting cannons. So let's take a shot at these.
Show me how this works. You got a basket of apples.
Yeah, basket of apples, and then an apple cannon. So you put the apple in here.
One at a time?
One at a time. 175 PSI, and you shoot it.
Oh, holy moly.
It's very cool.
Where did you find something like this?
So I had a friend in Tennessee. He was getting rid of these two. He's like, hey, do you have cannons? I'm like, no, not really. It's like, well, come and try these ones out for your farm. So, yeah, so usually all the cider apples are apples that fall on the ground and pick them all up. And then we just put them in here and the kid just, it's your turn, Jason. Let me hold the camera and you.
Okay.
All
right, we're gonna try out this apple cannon here. That's actually a nice looking apple.
Yeah.
Just the little trigger
button. Button inside, yep.
All right, we're gonna try to shoot the tractor here. There's even some kick to it.
You gotta empty out the bucket now.
We're gonna take out this lawnmower.
Oh! A little high there.
Oh!
So the apples, they're different, like a bullet, right? A bullet's it's similar, right? It's all the same, but apples has different sizes.
Right.
And different humps, so it spins at different rates. And there's some blow by to this, so it's not a perfect shot every time. So, but it's still very fun.
Oh yeah,
very
absolutely.
Fun.
That's really
And of course,
cool.
we got some paintball guns mounted at the counter, and the kids are just launching away their paintball guns there.
You don't have to shake it. If there is, they're in there.
This is the You Pick Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah, so we had strawberries here this spring. We mowed down the strawberries and direct seeded our pumpkins in here.
Okay.
So we're getting dual use out of the plastic and drip, and it's just easier, right? You don't have to relay plastic.
Yeah, for sure.
So we rotate our field. So due to soil-borne disease and yield, we rotate our strawberries every year. So from here all the way to that blue thing out back, that's where the strawberries were, and then the corn maze and everything else on that side of the farm. Okay. And we rotate them. So it just rotation keeps the plants healthier, and you know how it is. You do rotation on your farm. Then in the past couple years, we got really big into the flowers. I personally hated flowers.
Me
and then
too.
I got a girlfriend, and my sisters really pushed me, and we realized that we can make some money with flowers. So it's just something else for the families to do on our farm when they get here. So then of course our corn mates for kids. We were in a severe drought, kind of like in Ohio. We went 8 weeks with a single drop of rain. So we planted our corn maze in July, because this was all planted with strawberries way back in the spring. So by the time we planted our corn maze, it emerged, but it just didn't amount to nothing.
Yeah, it's too bad.
So
it could have been an awesome maze.
Yeah, we have this our irrigation well back here, and our chemical storage. But yeah, we could have put some sprinklers out or whatever, but it's just such a big area. I mean, that's the same reason why you don't irrigate sweet corn.
Right.
It's inefficient. So it's still, I mean, we have a nice pathway. Kids can still come out. It kind of stinks because corn maze. Everybody goes to the corn maze in the fall season.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this year we're not.
For some farms, this is a huge moneymaker.
Yeah. But it happens. It's farming.
So how many acres you got here to work with?
Yeah. So the non-tillable about 12 to 13 acres. That is hilly non-tillable, and that's what we're thinking about developing in more of the activities and stuff. And we're able to plant stuff on the flatter stuff. We're going to keep as tillable ground and plant strawberries and sunflowers and pumpkins and all the other production stuff on our farm.
You mentioned to me that you're ripping out your peach orchard to plant more apples.
Yeah, so peaches have been terrible in this area. We planted, at a point in time, we had about 7 or 8 acres of peaches, and we only had one crop in those 8 years.
Oh my.
And our fall season has been growing, and people want more and more apples, so we're pulling out all of our peaches and planting more apple trees this spring. So watch on my channel, we'll be planting 500 apple trees this coming spring.
Cool. And you're doing this high density type apple planting, right? Are they trellised up too?
Yeah, trellis apples here. We'll drive over there real quick and show you. So it's a system that came out of Europe. In Europe, they don't have a vast farmland, so they try to be as efficient and produce as much yield as possible on the land that they do have. Mm-hmm. So actually, Dr. Robertson, he came out, he works for Cornell University, and he tried it about 25 years ago in New York. And in his first couple of years, he produced 3 times the amount of apples per acre compared to your traditional standard orchard. So then, commercial guys, up in Michigan, out in Ohio, and then on the West Coast, they've been pulling out thousands of trees of the old stuff and planting this high density
just like
stuff.
This.
Yeah, so it's all trellised. We're using metal posts because we have so much rock here in our soils.
Okay, that is really pretty. Are you using the Florida weave on this?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so we'll stop here and show you kind of what it's all about. A smaller tree. So these trees are 3 foot apart. So they're 1 meter apart.
Okay.
And the goal is to have a singular single axis tree. So one tall spindle, one axe, and then you have a lot of smaller wood. So on apples, your highest quality fruit is produced on 1-year-old to 2-year-old wood. So if you can keep the wood regrowing in the tree, produce a lot more apples. You can see in this tree right here, very small, very slender, growing up top, and it just produces a lot more apples. So
how many bushels would you like to get off one tree?
So the goal is about a bushel and a half.
Okay.
So about 100, 120 apples per tree times 1,200 trees per acre. That's where you get your 1,200 to 1,500 bushels per acre.
Okay.
So all the apples that we grow on our farm are U-pick. And when we open up for our apple picking season in September, these trees are absolutely loaded and beautiful. And a couple month or so picking apples, you get picked out pretty easily. So that's what we're planting.
Because you told me you're sold out of apples, right?
Yeah, we're all apples for the season. Yep.
Man, it's a lot of wire.
Yeah, high density wire and poles, and so every row here is a different variety.
Okay.
So we got, because since I didn't know about high density, and I was kind of the only farmer in the area in Missouri doing high density apples, we planted each variety. So like we got Fuji, Liberty, Pink Lady, Granny Smith.
Are you happy with all the varieties that you chose, or are you like, oh man, I should have planted this one or that one?
Well, one thing that we learned, people love red apples. I can sell 1,000 Jonathans by the time I sell 20 Golden Delicious.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we're gonna plant only red apples moving forward, just because it's people like that a lot better. But the main secret to this is keeping, you buy an apple tree that's on a dwarfing rootstock. So the tree is meant to be small. So these trees here are 6 years old. So a very small, compact tree. But on a trellis system like this, it produces a lot more than your traditional standard old school tree.
Yeah. And I see you're just using drip irrigation.
Yep.
Like you do in a vegetable field.
Oval tubing, yep. And over here, we planted these trees before we figured out about the high density system. These are old Golden Delicious trees.
Okay.
They're about 12 years old now, but we bought those right when we first bought the orchard.
Dre, you got a lot going on here. Tell me what is your biggest headache with doing this? Run this type of operation?
So we got a really good team between me, my brother, and my 3 sisters that work on the farm. So we do a really good job of managing. So I guess the biggest headache is probably employees, like any other small farm and business. But I wouldn't say it's that terrible. We've been blessed with great employees, and we treat everybody really nice. I mean, they all get free meals when they work. It's expensive on our end, but it keeps them coming back and keep them doing a good job.
Yeah.
But I guess something we can't control. And the quote of this year for me is, I can't stress about things I can't control. So I would say weather. I mean, and you struggle with this too. Weather is a big factor of what we one of our biggest struggles. But you can't really control that.
Yeah.
So it's just, as a farmer, you just kind of learn. And you got to push that adversity.
Yep.
1 year you might have one problem, next year another problem. Just keep plowing through it, So
what would you say is your most profitable crop on your farm?
From a growing perspective, from a farming perspective, most profitable is definitely strawberries.
Okay, and here we are looking at the plastic culture strawberries.
Yep. And we've really grown in the past 3-4 years on strawberries. Just because it's first fruit that comes off in the spring. Everybody's tired of sitting in the houses all winter long. So whenever we open our fields for U-pick, there's hundreds of customers, and they come with their families, grandparents, the kids, the parents come out here and just start picking, tens and tens of pounds of strawberries when they come out here. So, strawberry. What's really what we struggle with the strawberries is the weather. Weather just really fluctuates here in Missouri, so we're not in the best part of the country to grow strawberries. You know, good or bad. You know, on the good side, the weather's keeping a lot of guys from doing it. So that's why it's our most profitable, because we're able to grow, you know, such amount, but it's the hardest crop we grow from a labor perspective.
Yeah.
We do use row covers on all, you know, these 3.5 acres of strawberries we have here on both sides. You know, we use row covers, sandbags, irrigation. It's a lot of work, a lot of input, but the reward is great. But, you know, and then this past season, a new disease called neopestilocious, they came in on the plants. So we planted, so like last year, we planted 50,000 plants, and 15,000 plants died in the first 3 weeks of being in the ground. Is this what
Broyan's Farms was dealing with? The same thing?
Yeah, so we're putting on fungicides like crazy last year, and we still lost a bunch. So this year, I'm combating it different using, I usually just plant 2 or 3 varieties. This year I planted 7 varieties.
Okay.
So I say, hey, the diversity in the varieties is gonna keep me, you know, rolling more. But you can see the inconsistency in the plants this year. You know, right now, this time of year, this is a perfect healthy strawberry plant.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Beautiful, plate size. You can see how inconsistent they are. So there's
some little ones here and
there's still that disease in here. So we're putting on fungicides. And the more and more that you read about the disease, you know, that's right, as farmers, we always got to read and keep looking up. So it all comes down to the bricks in the leaf. So the higher the bricks, the higher the sugar content in the leaf, then the disease can't enter. So that's our goal, is make sure the soil's healthy and keep the sugars in the leaves really high. So that's that's our main biggest reason about rotating fields.
Okay.
And the nice thing about the neopestilocious disease is once it's in your ground, after about 15 months, it's out of the soil. The soil microbes eat it up. So then we're able to go on our next field. But if it was one of those diseases that is here to stay, you know, we can rotate, but then after the third year, where are you going to go?
You might start growing your strawberries in buckets like you do your tomatoes.
That's right. So yeah, strawberries is my favorite crop, but it's so involved. I mean, so much work, row covers, but it's so rewarding. You know, in the spring season, the frosts. 3 years ago, we covered our strawberries from last week of March until harvest 10 times on and off. On and off. It'll be 5 days in the 70s, 80s, uncover them, and then on a random Wednesday, you got, you know, frost was coming, so you got to put them all on.
That's a lot of work.
We spent countless hours with sandbags. So
I'm assuming the agritourism part of your operation is the most profitable for you.
Yeah. It's
during September and October.
Yeah, bringing families out here. For us, that's what keeps everything on and up and going. If we were just produce farmers, right, kind of like what you do, you'd have to be very strategic with your finances, keep it moving every year. You know, and that's why we're able to grow at the rate we have been, is because we have other revenues of income other than just production, agriculture.
Right.
Yeah,
this is the peach orchard.
Yep. So these trees are, I mean, if you want to grow an awesome fruit tree, plant a peach, but it's going to freeze on you every year. So these peaches here are about 6 years old, beautiful. I mean, you can't ask for a healthier tree. They grow very viciously. They grow good in rocks. So, I mean, very minimal fertilizer. They're awesome. But if you can't put a crop on them, then what's the point, right? You're not making any money. Yeah. It's good for aesthetics, right? I mean,
They do look beautiful. So he's going to be ripping all these out and putting them into high density apples.
Yep.
You got a couple acres right here?
Yeah, there's about 2.2 acres where these peaches are here. Okay. So these are the last standing peach trees on our farm. We used to have, so this whole area was peaches all the way to the apples, and where that strawberry field was all full of peaches.
Okay.
And because when we started going to farmers market really heavily, we thought, hey, we're gonna make so much money with peaches, plant as many peach trees as you can. And after about spending $20,000 in trees, you realize, hey, they're not making any production off them. So
it's amazing the things you learn through trial and error throughout the years as you're growing and expanding.
But, you know, I wouldn't change it, because that's what builds the resilience, right? You try something, it fails, and you do it again. So it's just the process of learning is what keeps me excited for the future, you know.
So on an operation like this, it takes a lot of strategic marketing.
Yes.
To bring the people in. So what's some of your best marketing advice, and what's worked for you?
So, you know, biggest thing is, you know, transparency, but we just use social media. You know, we don't use any of the old school marketing methods like television or radio. Everything we do on our farm is Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And we're young enough, I mean, I'm only 28, so I still think I'm young, that we understand how all that stuff works. So we do a lot of Facebook ads and marketing, and, you know, because Facebook is free. and social media is free. It doesn't take a lot of time. And if you look, the average American spends 8 hours a day on their phone. As much as I don't like our phones, we got to put our products right in people's faces.
Yeah.
And you have a busy Saturday, your parking lot fills up. You can tell you're doing good with your marketing.
Yeah,
so there's not one specific thing. It all works together, right? Facebook does its own job for a certain demographic of people, Instagram for one demographic, and TikTok for the other. But all together, it comes off as a big conglomerate, and it works pretty well for our farm.
Okay. This is some overflow parking. So that tells you how the weather can affect traffic coming out to visit your farm. On your busy day, this was
it fills
full.
up on a busy day. Yep.
Wow. And you said there's about 40 acres here?
Yeah, so it's 40 acres square, quarter mile by quarter mile.
Okay.
And we were blessed to purchase it this past spring.
Okay, awesome.
And this is where we're gonna grow all of our production stuff. So across the street on the main farm, that's where we're gonna keep all the agritourism stuff and grow crops just for the U-pick. But then all of our production stuff like melons, sweet corn, pumpkins, all the stuff that we're gonna harvest ourselves is gonna be grown down here. And we did doze down about 9 acres of the woods this past spring. Okay. And we planted 9 acres of pumpkins.
Gotcha.
And then over the summer, we grew about 1 acre of produce up here.
Okay.
And then the thing is, we didn't get our well drilled until August. So right when we purchased it, I called the guy. I'm like, hey, I needed a well drill. He's like, well, I'll be there next week. And 6 months later, he showed up.
Oh my goodness. All right, this is the new well we just had dug. And what all you got going on back here?
Yeah, so when we purchased the farm here, it was wooded from here to the end of the tree line. Big old track loader came in and dozed it down in 2 weeks. So we took out 9 acres. Eventually, where it's tillable, we're gonna doze it all down and turn it into production ag. But this is where we built an open discharge well. So we're pumping, it's a 5 horsepower pump, and we're pumping 50 gallons a minute at the top of the wellhead here. And we're able to irrigate 28 rows that are 400 foot long all at the same time. Okay. So we have 4 different sections here, the 9 acres. So we were able to water the pumpkins. Like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, we didn't get this up and going until the first week of August. So we planted our pumpkins in June, and they were just struggling to get water. So then when we finally pumped the water and fertilized them, it was already too late. And then we had massive amounts of deer pressure. It was so dry out here in Missouri that there wasn't any greenery. I mean, 8 weeks no rain. So the deer found the pumpkins as their moisture. Yep. So, we lost 90% of our production out of this year. So it kind of stinks because the first year we were so excited to get everything going, but next year we'll get everything up and going. Now
what
we
do you
have
plan
the
on
well.
putting in here next year?
So we're gonna do more melons out here. We're gonna rotate, but probably more pumpkins 2 years in a row until we doze down more of the back of the property there where it's flat. So we'll be pumpkin or cucurbits on cucurbits for 2 years, 3 years until we have enough room to rotate. I know that's not ideal for pumpkins because they soak up so much nutrients, but we'll put some turkey manure out here and some more fertilizer and give her a go next year.
All right, Dre, thank you so much for having me out to your farm. It was awesome meeting you, and I'm very impressed with your operation. You got a good thing going on here, man.
Well, thank you so much. I was glad having you, showing you around the operation. Someone that understands the struggles of growing produce and, all the good stuff. But yeah, it was awesome. Good time.
Absolutely. I always like stopping and visiting farms while I'm on my RV travels with my wife, and this was a good stop. Uh-oh, business is calling.
There you go.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see y'all again next time.
Double thumbs up.
Down on the farm.